Getting your dog to behave at the door is very important for all kinds of reasons.
I like to have a dog which is steady at the door. I mean, people open the doors, the dog's out in the street, the next minute they're killed.
Okay.
The other thing, of course, is the moment it goes outside, it's out of control. You don't know where it is.
Okay.
It could be doing all kinds of damage. The other thing is if he goes outside and there's other dogs outside, they come across to you there. The other thing is that when visitors come, guests come, it's rather nice if the dog will sit there and wait to be greeted, rather than thinking the guests have come to see him or her, whichever it is. So what I like to do is to teach a dog to sit at the door before we go out, sit at the door before we come in, and then to have a little place maybe inside the door to wait when guests come. I would like it to be many times with dogs, and we don't train them enough, that if the door is open, that threshold means don't cross it unless you're going with someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that boundaries, rules, or
Boundaries?
limitations?
Yeah. If I'm going out and leaving the dog in the house, I won't say stay, because that means freeze.
Freeze.
What I will do is I'll say wait, which means don't come across that boundary, but inside the house you can go anywhere.
Okay.
Okay. So the whole idea is that we get safety there. The other thing that I've seen as well is the dog runs out, the kids run out as well. They run out chasing the dog, and what happens then is the kids that get hurt in the street also.
Okay.
So it's a safety.
Can be a
thing
bad
to go
ripple.
through. Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that you might think
You
about...
want me to knock the door? You want me to...
Not just yet.
Okay.
Anything I do, I like to build up to.
Okay.
It's small increments. It's gradual approximations to where we want to go.
Okay.
So really, here, what we could do is to say, well, all right, then let's have a place where she can actually sit. And this carpet is rather nice.
Yes.
So what we can do is to bring her along, okay? And we can just sit her, sit. She's a strange little creature in that she's very spooky. And again, we're not going to get harsh with her because she can get nervous. I'm just going to ask her to sit there, okay? And what I might do then is, when she's comfortable, just take her away. So I'm going to bring her back to that place again. Yes, sweetheart. All right. Come on. Come on. Sit. Good. And what we could do is stay. And I'm just going to shut it. So now what I'm... And I'm going to take her back to where I was before.
That's correct.
Here.
Now, why is it so important to take a dog back to where it was?
Because otherwise she's won.
Okay.
Because otherwise she's really refused what I'm asking her to do, which was to sit in this position here, in this place, and wait with me.
So even if he's sitting down here, that's not an acceptable behavior?
If I'd have sat her there, yes.
Right.
But as she's moved back to it, no.
And then she's controlling?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Because she's actually winning with me there.
Right.
She's doing what she wants to do, not accepting what I'm telling her. Now, I can understand this because she's very much a dad's dog again. Dad's over there watching. And what I've got to be careful with a little dog like this, I'm going to say this, and I'm sure, you know, it's something that you've come up against. When you've got a nervous dog, you're a sensitive dog.
Yes.
I'm not doing anything hard here because otherwise she could turn and nip me.
Right. Or urinate or defecate.
All the above.
Right.
All the
drool.
above. Or drool, or anything else like that. So I'm not putting what I call high pressure. I'm not going to that, what do you think you're doing?
Right.
Stuff. Nothing like that. Everything has just been very calm.
Yeah.
Very, if you like, gentle. So I'm just going to say, sit, open, like yours. I'm a man.
Right. Everybody has his own sound. That's right.
Short, I take her back again.
Okay.
Okay?
Why?
Can you imagine now that if I do the routine and I sit there and then we go through the door, every time the door opens, she thinks she's going to go through it. So I wanted to get used to coming away from it, okay? Going to it, coming away from it. If I say come on and open the door and go through it, that's okay. So I'm just building up, and there's little gradual progressions where now I might say to yourself or whoever it is that's with me, why don't you go outside and you stand outside when I open the door?
Okay.
And the next time, they ring the doorbell.
Okay.
When I open the door.
Right.
Are you with me?
Yes.
So now what happens is the dog begins to realize in small stages, right to the point where the doorbell rings. I go to the door, I sit here, I wait here, the door opens, and I wait until that person comes in.
That's the vision.
And agrees. That's the finish.
Right. But you have to have it.
Yes.
You have to have that finished product, right, in mind.
In mind.
And then break it down.
Correct.
Okay. Then it's John's turn to work with Shiva.
Come on. Just bring her up there and just ask her to sit there. No, now you went a bit too fast. Just a little bit too fast. Okay. Okay? All right. Just come up nice and slowly. And before you get here, remember what we're going to do. Sit. and then that one step, so she's in the right place. So slow down when you come into here. Don't worry, just say, come on. Okay, and just bring her up and sit. Sit. Just lift that leash or whatever you do to help her. Sit. Just put your... Go on. Sit. There you go. Lovely. Now, sit. Okay, now what you did there was you went... No. Just a nice sit. Okay, that's all we need. Nice little sit like that. So now she says sit, and sit means sit. Okay, sit. I open the door. Hello, how are you? Anybody there? Nobody there. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Very good. Now you take her away again. Come on. And I build up to that all the way through. So now when you greet somebody at the door...
So you're acting as well.
I'm acting as well.
Right.
Okay, so we set up situations. We set up little kind of scenes, little plays that we can have. And it makes it so much fun for the kids, makes it so much fun for the family.
You got it? You got the picture?
Yeah. Okay, let's do it
so
one...
pretend that
Let's do it one more time. We're just going to bring the little girl up. We're going to sit her at this place here. Okay? Just sit. Don't tell them more than once. Just lift that leash up and just help with a hand down there. That's it, lovely. And let go of the leash the moment she sits. And I'm going to go open the door, and you just keep that leash loose. If she actually moves, you just lift her and put her in a sit again. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, what a lovely dog.
Thank you.
Oh, that is so good. She's cute. I'm Martin.
John?
Good. Pleased to meet you, John. And you notice what we do, by the way, we have a leash on the dog.
Right.
In the house, never be too proud to put a leash on the dog. You can guide her, you can show her, you know where she is. Nothing wrong with this at all. And this little dog will learn very quickly.
Martin demonstrates why he has a command to wait and a command to stay, and why the two are different.
You notice with all the things that we're doing, we're using a leash to start with.
Right.
If you think about it, we can then start to progress from having the leash where we hold it and guide them to the leash on the floor to take the leash off. And at each stage, the dog might just try a different behavior.
Okay.
So let's just see if we can show you what I mean by a stay and how I would work it. Stay. See?
That's right. Perfect. That was pretty fast.
Come on, Sheba. Good girl. If I'm going to put her into a sit, good. Notice what I'm doing. She's spooky at noises, she's spooky at all kinds of things. Sit. Good girl. And I'm just going to nag her a little bit, okay, until she does it. And I'm going to let that leash go loose. And the first time you're going with a stay, you might go sit, stay, and then move just a little bit, and then back again. You're just showing her a distance. You're showing her something that she's comfortable with. And then you build it up again. Notice a very quick little... Now she's coming away from me there, and I'm going to bring her back a little bit. Okay, just that little bit. Good girl. Sit. And I'm going to move away, and then I'm going to go back. And what you might do then with a little dog like this, I'm trying to get it loose, but the moment she moves, I'm just putting pressure, and then is that you move around either side of her. And I'm trying to get that loose, that leash. So I'm just going to go loose, sit, and then go to the other side, wherever I am. And then I might say, come on. And we'll just loosen her up then. So I'm just showing her what I want in short bursts. And with some dogs, it's just a second or two. With other dogs, you might do it a bit longer. It depends on the temperament of the dog and, you know, how it's behaving with you.
Okay.
But with this little girl here, you're going to go and put it down, the leash low on the floor, just loose. And in time, I'll be able to just drop it and then move away. Yeah, so what we're looking at all the time is trying to find a way in which we can get the dog to do what we're asking it to do so we can praise it. If, for example, I ask him to sit there and I walk 3 steps back and the dog moves, I go back, I sit him where I want. Next time, I might only take half a step back and then move back. Or I move to the side. So what I'm trying to do is make those small approximations and keep the dog comfortable and then build up and build up and build up so I can sit him, I can walk 100 yards away and come back.
So the strategy can change by the second.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Right.
You know, this is the thing which always concerns me. We read all these dog books, we watch all these videos and everything else like that, and we think that is the one way. There is no one way.
That's great.
You're the most creative man I've ever watched on TV. I've got to say that. And I think this is wonderful. I think, I wouldn't have thought about doing that, but that's a good idea. You know, and so we have to be creative with our dogs. The weight is slightly different. For example, here, if I'm going to say sit and stay, I want them to basically freeze.
Okay.
They don't move from there. But if, for example, I'm going to go out that door and I don't want them to come in this part here, I say wait up there. And if they start to come towards me, I'll just go, wait. And so they learn there is a threshold. They learn there's a barrier they don't come past. I go through that door, close the door. They can come in here and wander around, go to their bed, whatever they want, but they don't come past that threshold.
How long would you practice an activity with a dog?
But you know what? You don't have to do a lot. A lot of people seem to think they're going to be doing half an hour here or an hour there. It's 2 minutes here. It's 30 seconds there. It's 5 minutes here. You're training all the time, I suppose. You could look at it that way and say we're training all the time. But for example, you go into the kitchen and the dog's following you around and with you, and you just want him to come away from a cupboard. You go back and you pull the cupboard door open, so it just pushes him back. And you go back, and the next time he goes back and he'll go back by himself without the door.
So at the end, your whole entire house is a tool.
It is.
I see that your corrections, or your corrections, redirections, however you want to call them, don't last more than 3 seconds.
No.
You know, and are very to the point, and as soon as they give you their answer, you relax, and then you answer back.
You show them straight away.
Right.
And you show them in a short burst, and it's got to be relative to what they're doing, you know, the intensity. But yes, it's there, and oh, fine. And I show them what I want afterwards. I don't like to make enemies with the dog. I want to do it quick, and before they can even say, oh, I'm not too sure, you say, that's good.
That's right.
And you're making friends with them again. You're making friends, you're creating that relationship, you're doing something to help and guide them. You're a benevolent dictator, perhaps, I don't know, but it's that kind of thing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing it very quick, very short, and to the point.
Right.
Getting the action we want. Let's see what John can do here with this little girl. And all I want John to do, basically, is to come to the edge of the step here, and just ask her to sit. Sit and guide, lovely. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, John, is just to step down in front of her. That's right. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Now, look at... No, just hold on a minute, John. Watch this again. Because you gave her a command to come. You didn't know that. When you got actually down there, that leash was tight. And that was given a little pull. So she did what she wanted. And you went... It's all wrong. And you might correct her for that. But to be honest, she didn't deserve a correction because you told her what to do.
That's right.
And we all do it. Don't need to be embarrassed by it. We all do it. You know, it's one of those things. So when you move away, that leash has got to be loose to some extent, like this. Okay? Now, good. Oh, and I'm not going to worry about that at this stage. Okay, I didn't tell her to go down. I told her to sit. But I'm going to do that. That's lovely. So why don't you just go stay and just take another step down. Watch that leash. You don't pull. Okay, lovely. And now come back again. On a stay, I always come back. When I'm teaching a stay, I don't call them up to me ever. For the simple reason being, dogs are great, what shall I say, anticipators.
Okay.
Yeah? They're always looking and saying, what do you want next? If they want to please you particularly. So you say stay, and the next minute you're calling them up, and the next time you say stay, and they're anticipating them, you go and punish them for it. But they say, no, that's what you taught me to do, basically. So I always go back to them until it's a real solid stay. Okay?
Okay.
So you're just going to say stay.
Stay.
All right. Watch that leash. Don't get tight. Drop it. Lovely. Okay, now move to the side here. Now, whoa, not too fast. Now come back. And as you come back, just say stay.
Stay.
Right. Whoa. Get that leash ready. Lift. And pop her back into the sit again. See what happens to this little dog?
Yeah.
She feels that the release is when he comes back to her. She's anticipating. In other words, she's saying, oh, you come back, you're going to say, oh, what a good girl you are. Oh, well, you know, and therefore I can jump up now. So she's anticipating that. And that's not what we really wanted. Bring her back on the top again, John. That's it. Lovely. Okay, so we've got to watch out for that.
Right.
Do you know one of the biggest mistakes we make is we go, sit, oh, good, and we make a fuss, and they all jump up and down, and they think good means they can do what they want. And then we punish them for it. It's true, isn't it?
They get confused.
And what John did there was nice, because as he came back, he had his leash ready. She started to jump on him like before. When he was going to, he just lifts it up. No, stay.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Right.
So now all of a sudden, she's getting a different picture of what is required.
What about observation? Let me have the leash, Johnny. Move on this side. Because I think, to me, it's very important that when we practice something that we take it very serious.
Yeah.
Right? So if we're moving hesitant, and then it's not as convincing to a dog.
Yes.
Because, they feel that the owner is not sure about the move he's making. So if if you're going to just give one step, just give the step.
Yeah.
Right? But again, stay, and then you give the step. And then if you move, stay, then.
Correct.
So you get the attention from it. Then you come back, stay. So it's that conversation,
Correct.
Otherwise, the dog is seeing this. Right. So as we want to play the pack leader role, pack leaders are always in a calm, assertive state.
You can still be slow and calm, but positive.
Yes.
And assertive. Quite right.
Calm and assertive.
That's good.
John tries it again, this time with a more calm, assertive manner.
Use your body. Dance with it a little bit.
There.
It's all choreography.
Yeah. Little salsa.
Yeah. Okay, so just lift. Sit. Good. And again. No need to jerk. Just pull and put your fingers there. Sit. Lovely. Okay. Make sure that leash doesn't pull.
Okay.
All right. And I like more of a hand than a finger. Whoop. Watch that leash. Okay, drop. Nice and solid. Nice and firm. Okay. Now, as you come back, you're just going to say to her, stay. As you come back, stay. Good.
Much better.
Much better.
Much.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Hey, I like that.
Good boy, John.
Good boy, John.
John.
Notice the different attitude, too,
Shiva.
where the
That's
dog's
right.
just looking
Yes.
and unsure. That was excellent.
Yeah. Let's review Martin's suggestions for training at the door. Number 1, understand the difference between wait and stay. Stay means do not move from that spot, while wait means the dog must remain behind a boundary that is set by you. Number 2, do the training in small increments so your dog doesn't get confused by trying to attempt too many things at once. Number 3, don't let your dog win by refusing a command. Number 4, the ultimate goal, you should not need to give a command more than once to get your dog to respond to the command. Number 5, it's a good idea to keep a leash on your dog while in a training session. Number 6, keep any corrections quick and make sure you then show the dog what you want. Number 7, make sure you are calm and confident while in training. If you get frustrated or angry during a session, your message will not be successfully delivered to your dog.